everyone. Welcome to day 3, Yoga with Suzanne. So how I've planned this is that day 1, we did that little introduction over the bolster or over the blanket. Day 2, we stretched our hamstrings, did that series for the lower back and the hamstrings. Today, we're just going to move the spine a little bit. And so that's what I wanted to do so that each day you can just tag on the extra video, and that's going to make a whole practice eventually. So here we are, and like I said, we want to move the spine a little bit. So let's just start by interlocking our fingers, pushing out through the palms, joining our thumbs together, bringing the inner elbows, the creases of our elbows together, and then inhale and lift your palms up towards the ceiling. And what I want you to do here is lengthen. I'm sort of moving from side to side just to show you. I want to lengthen the sides of my body. So I want the sit bones to draw down towards the floor, to really push downward, and the rib cage to lift up. I'm lifting up from my ribs and the outer arm, and then all the way up through my arms, and not taking my arm bones out of the sockets. They stay in. Okay? And so just lengthening. Keep your shoulder blades down, lift your breastbone up, engage the core so you're not overarching the back or hardening the lumbar. Good. And then exhale and slowly release. Good. And then we're going to come into Adho Mukha Virasana. So toes will be together, knees will be very wide. I hope you can see this in the video. And then I'm going to walk forward very, very slowly. I'm going to wait here until I actually get this action of my sit bones drawing down, my spine coming forward, my breastbone lifting, and I'm going to engage the core. Okay? And then I'm going to walk even further. Sorry, my hands are going to go out of the video here, but I'm going to walk even further, and we're going to, again, take our time, not rush, keep the breastbone forward, even look forward if you can, if that's fine for your neck. Keep drawing my sit bones down here, back down towards the floor. So I'm not lifting up as I go into the pose. I'm drawing down. So I had my feet folded there too, so it's the toes that want to just touch. And then eventually we're going to end up going further and further down towards the floor because we'll give our spine time to drop. Lightly engaging the core from the pubic bone to the belly button. Inner thighs are drawing back. And I'm pushing my hands firmly into the floor. So take your hands like this, not like this or like this, wide hands, and push through all the knuckles of the hands. Okay? And then eventually we're going to get all the way down, but our hands and our arms are still going to be furred. This is a preparation pose for the rest of your practice, but particularly for downward dog. So the arms really need to be working here. They're waking up. Then slowly walk yourself back. I'm going to move back a little bit so that you can see my whole body and just see where I am in this video. Okay, and then we're going to bring the knees together and come into child's pose. So again, I don't want to lift my butt up. I want to keep the butt down. So get very heavy in your thighs. And then we're going to fold over and see where we're at. And if our head does not rest the floor, then you can take something, a blanket or a block. This is from yesterday or the day before. And we're just going to place our head on the block. That would be what you'd want to do. So in the morning, sometimes my spine is a little bit tighter, and so I don't reach all the way. Or if I eat too much food the night before. That's just a little joke. Okay, and so hands are up. And now I want you to breathe into your lower back. So this is where I want you to send the breath into the lower back. So I'm breathing into my belly and releasing. I also can squeeze the belly and the upper thigh together, creating a contraction there that then I can hold that for 7 or 8 seconds, let that release, and then see if that helps to release some of the tension that I might be holding back here. Okay. then using your hands, push them into the earth and come back up, and take the knees wide again. I'm at home here. This is the state of my house. I seem to have developed some crumbs on my yoga mat. And again, I'm going to do the same thing in Adho Mukha Vrasana. I'm going to walk my knees out nice and wide and very, very slowly. I have a tendency just to drop down here, and then we're not really lengthening the side body. And this is what we want to do here. So my sit bones are drawing back, lengthening the side body. I'm walking forward. And I'm slowly releasing down towards the floor. Again, pushing my sit bones backwards, bringing my breastbone forward, and giving myself time. This is, something that I need to do as well, to release down towards the floor. Ideally, my ears are near my biceps as I sink down. And then again, I'm going to walk back and bring the feet together. Now I'll come to all fours to do some cat and cow. And, we do cat and cow. I mean, if you're just fooling around and you just sort of want movement, it's good to just move. That's good. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, because moving the spine is important. But maybe if we work with a little bit more purpose, we'll get a little bit more out of the pose. And so we can bring our breastbone forward and our tailbone back and actually push the hands firmly into the ground and even isometrically draw them away from each other. And then as we exhale, really use the breath, really round the back area and push those shoulder blades away. Engage the core, so we're really waking up the abs here. Let the head drop. And then again, lengthening. So again, slow with purpose, with intention. Think about where the action is moving from. So when I started, I'm definitely moving from my tailbone. My tailbone is dropping, then my tailbone is lifting. But maybe I want to try, to move from a different part of my body. Maybe I want to think about the mid-spine, or can I move from my shoulder blades? Wherever we start the pose, start the action, determines what might happen in the pose. So that all feels very good. So then, again, making sure that my knees are underneath my hips, I'm going to just walk my wrists a little bit more forward, so they're not directly under my shoulders. And now I'm just going to start to sway back and forth. Pushing through the knuckles to sway back and forth. This is a great way to start your morning. It warms up the wrist. And again, notice my fingers are wide, my knuckles are pushing in. We want to be able to eat our own food when we're in our 90s, hold a spoon. So we've got to work the hands just as well as we work the feet. And anyone knows who's been in my class how I'm so obsessed with everyone's feet and that we keep them strong and healthy. So it's the same with the hands, because if you don't keep your hands strong and healthy, you can't do all the things you want to do. So I'm just going to work that. And then today, we're just going to move towards a plank. So again, I'm going to have wrists underneath shoulders, just adjust a little bit. I'm going to take my left foot back. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I hope so. Maybe I'm going to move up just a little bit. If I chop off my head, that's okay. And I'm going to just push through my heel. Okay? And I'm going to engage my core, keep my breastbone forward, keep my tailbone going towards my heel, squeeze the outer hips together, and then I'm going to lift. Thighs are coming up. It's like the floor is trying to come up towards your head, and you've got to push it down with the arms. So the front body is coming up and the back body is trying to go down, and you're resisting. And you're going to hold this pose for as long as you can. Just seeing how your strength is. So heels back, breastbone forward, engage core, squeeze the outer hips, thighs coming up, heels back. Lots of good instruction there. And then exhale and release. And come on down into, again, an extended child's pose. And again, going back and breathing into the back body and seeing how that feels for you now. Good. And then walk your hands back up. And that's our little lesson for today or for now. So again, you can link these YouTube videos that I'm going to do for you together and make a whole practice. I will keep putting them out for you, and I miss you all so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you all. Namaste. Excuse me for coming at you to turn off the video.